Um, from the pool last night, um, seems everybody is interested in improving their coding skills, and that's actually not bad. It's a good thing, and I appreciate. So that's actually the essence of the group, to actually help us improve on our coding skills. So without wasting our time, I've got this navbar over here. You can see the navbar is looking all weird. There is this margin at the top, and there's also this margin at the left and also at the right. But I've got some basic style in here. Obviously, you can see the hover effect with a bit of transition on the link items. And I've also got a background color and the brand name and also a text to indicate that we are actually on the index page. In other words, the home page. So, but there are a couple of changes we need to make. We need to add um, a font family, and I'll be getting mine from Google. I'll be using Poppins, and also to get rid of this margin at the top and also by the two sides, and as well add an indicator that at least will tell the client or the end user that hey, you're actually on the home page or on the about page or on the services page. So if I click on this link, you can see that none of them works. It's just the browser only loads and loads and loads. At the end of the day, it comes out with nothing. So without wasting our time, let's dive into making the right changes. So here I've got a couple of markup here, and I also have um, a basic CSS. So for now, I'm just going to remove this um, that import statement I had at the top. Okay, because obviously I was not doing anything, so I just have to remove it. So first thing first is let's quickly get rid of the margin. That's the white space at the top and at the two corners. So to actually do that, we'll take a universal selector. We'll say margin 0. We'll say padding 0. We'll say box sizing border box. All right. So if we take a look at it again, we'll see all of those things. I mean, the margins, they are all gone. So they were actually there before because the browser adds a default margin and padding to elements. They call them browser default settings. Okay. So next thing is to get a Google font to get rid of this default font I have here. So I'll move down to um, Google fonts. You can see Google fonts, and if you want to search for font, you can click on this font icon here. Like you click on it and allow it to load a bit. So you can search for fonts here. But currently, I want to work with Poppins, so I'm going to search Poppins here. You can see it over here, and I'll click on it and wait for it to get loaded up. So now I've got it here, and for me to use it in my project, I'll click on Get Font. Of course, you can download or you can embed. Me, I don't want to download. I'll just stick with embed the code. Now that's all right. You could either use this link or you go for import. In my own case, I'll be going for import because I just want to keep it at the CSS. Okay. Now, mind you, don't copy the styles because if you do, it's going to actually throw an error for you. All right. So move over to your CSS and paste that which you just copied. You can see it's quite long. So that's it. And if we head over to the browser, click here, um, reload, nothing comes out. That's because we've not actually told the body, or we've not actually set the font style or the font family which the application should follow. So in order to get that done, we'll move over to where we got the fonts, the CDN from. Then you can see this other section, popping CSS classes. So I'm going to go over and copy this guy, Control plus C. Then I'm going to call my body selector like this, and I'm going to paste it right away. All right. So now let's go back and see what actually occurred over time. Yeah, we've got it all looking nice, right? So what I'm going to do next is to actually make a unique identifier to point to the end user which page I'm currently on. Like this, we don't even know which page you're currently on. And that's important. We know the page we're currently on. So let's go over and style the home page so that it will be unique, right? So we'll come back here. I'm going to go to my index, and I'm going to take a class, and I'm going to call it active, all right, so that I can be able to tell the page that is currently active. And I'm going to go back. Anywhere here works. I can say dot nav links, because I've got this CSS class here. So that's where the nav link is coming from. Li, which is what, the list item, dot active, all right, like this. And I can say I want the color to be black. So we'll say color, we'll say black, because initially it's white. So you just want to make it black. Cool, it works. Yeah, it works. So what I want to as well do is to give a background color. So I'll come over here and I'll say background color. I'm going to go with white. Cool. So let's check some things out. Yeah, I've got it. But then it looks weird. If we should have a padding at the top and also at the bottom, but the two sides, it's going to make a whole lot of sense, and a bit of border radius. So I'll quickly go and add that. So I'm going to come here. First, I'll change it from being a block, from being an inline element to a block element. And I'll add padding. I can say 10 px and I'll say 11 px. These figures are totally up to you, all right? We'll take a border radius, and I'm gonna go with 5 px like this. So we'll head over to the browser. Yeah, we have this cool thing, and I think it's good. But then these other pages doesn't work. They don't work. So let's see how we can get them working ASAP. So I quickly go back to this my index, and I'm gonna add a couple more. Um okay, let's create pages. Yes, see, let's create HTML file for the about services and contact us. So we'll go right here, and I'll say about dot html. So take contact dot html and take what's the other guy's name? I think services dot html. So that's how we do this. We'll create different pages for all of the guys. I mean the pages, okay? So yeah, I've got this done. And since the style or the styling will be consistent for all pages. I just have to duplicate this like this. Copy, come here, paste it, come to contact, paste it, come to services and do the same thing. That should be Control V rather. Cool. I have this now. So it's now left for us now to start linking them one after the other. Of course, I expect you should to know how this works. href, that is the directory of the resource I want to fetch, right? So I'll say um I'm going to default this to index.html. So I want the page to reload whenever I click on home. And if I click on about, bro, will take me to about.html. If I click on services, take me to services.html. Same thing for contact, contact.html. Cool. So um let's go back and check, reload the browser. I don't know why I'm reloading. I also have live server. I shouldn't be reloading. So let's check. Yeah, it works. It's working, but you cannot actually see the change. That's because I did not actually change this head to this header here. So let's quickly make the necessary changes. So this should be about, right? About. This should be in place of home. We'll say contact, and in place of services, we'll say services. Say services. Cool. Yeah, let's check it out again to see what we've got so far. Click on our about page. Oh, it doesn't still work. You know why? That's because we've not actually linked these things. So buddy, let's go link things up here. So what I'm gonna do is come here, take um home, take my index.html. It should also reload it. Take my about.html, take my, what's it called, services.html, and take my contact.html this way. So I'm going to remove this class of active I've got here. I'm going to cut it and put it on my services because I want services to take up that particular style I give to active when I actually I'm on that page, like this particular style I've got here. All right. So I think I'm done with this particular one. I'll move over to contact.html, default this to the index. All right, default this to about, default this to services, and default this to contact.html. Now, don't forget to copy this class because that's what's going to trigger the active class. We'll put it here. So to save us the time of writing this over and over again, we just have to copy this, come to this guy, paste it. All right. Now, mind you, we are pulling this class of active. We are gonna cut it. Oh, I made a typo. We're gonna cut it like this and cut it and place it here, right? Because we are actually on the about um file or page. So let's cross check. This is the home page. This is the about page. This is the contact page. This is the services page. So let's go back and reload the page. Yeah, it works, man. It works. Now let's click on home. It works. It works. Yeah, it works, bro. It works. It works. It works. So this is how we can actually get this done. Yeah, not much deal. And as well, you can continue building your portfolio or whatever thing you have.